Quote, "Entering an assembly without sufficient knowledge is like playing at a dice board without its knowledge. Knowledge before action, the key to success." Have you ever walked into a room full of experts, only to realize you have no idea what's going on? Or tried playing a board game without reading the rules? That's exactly what this quote warns us about. Entering an assembly without sufficient knowledge is like playing at a dice board without its knowledge. Today, we're going to explore the deep meaning behind this, from a spiritual and scientific lens. We'll also hear a short story and see how it applies to our daily lives. Meaning of the quote: imagine walking into a room where people are discussing a critical topic, business, science, politics, but you have no idea what they are talking about. You can't contribute, you can't make decisions, and worst of all, you might make a fool of yourself. Now, imagine playing a dice game without knowing the rules. You might win by luck once or twice, but without strategy or understanding, you'll lose in the long run. This quote tells us that knowledge is the foundation of success. Whether in discussions, games, or life, if you don't understand the rules, you leave everything to chance. Spiritual perspective. Throughout history, great thinkers have emphasized the importance of wisdom. They taught that knowledge isn't just about facts, it's about understanding the deeper meaning of things. Wisdom helps us navigate life. It teaches us how to speak at the right time, listen when needed, and act with awareness. Entering an assembly without knowledge is like walking into darkness. It leads to confusion, mistakes, and sometimes, even harm. Knowledge is like light. The more we have, the clearer our path becomes. Scientific perspective. From a scientific point of view, knowledge allows us to predict outcomes. Think about physics. When we understand gravity, we can land rockets on the moon instead of crashing them into space. The same applies to human behavior. Psychologists say that preparation builds confidence. When we study before an exam, practice before a speech, or train before a competition, we improve our chances of success. Without knowledge, we rely on luck. With knowledge, we take control of our destiny. Let's bring this wisdom to life through a short story. Let me tell you a short story. Leo loved chess, but he never studied the strategies. He thought he could win just by instinct. Leo lost his first match, and his second, and his third. Frustrated, he finally asked an expert for advice. After weeks of learning, Leo entered the tournament again. This time, he didn't rely on luck, he played with knowledge. And guess what? He started winning. The lesson? If you walk into a challenge without preparation, you're just rolling dice. But with knowledge, you can change the outcome. How it applies to everyday life. So how does this apply to your life? Before you step into anything important, whether it's a job interview, a speech, or even a conversation, take time to prepare. Learn, practice, and understand the situation. That way, you won't be gambling with your success. Life isn't about rolling dice and hoping for the best. It's about knowing the game and playing it wisely. So, the next time you find yourself about to enter an assembly, a new situation, a big decision, remember this quote. Prepare, gain knowledge, and walk in with confidence. Because when you know the rules of the game, you don't leave your future to luck, you take control of it. Thank you for joining this exploration of wisdom. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more insights into timeless truths. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, and every great idea begins with a strong foundation. See you in the next episode.